I didn't have any friends, and in like 2000, I feel like I'm too loud. Okay, I can sit back. There you go. I didn't have any friends, and it was around 2006, 2007, and I would go online, and YouTube was like starting to become a thing. And there was people like Brookers and the Hell 88 and Smosh, and they were so funny. And at this time, there had never been an editing software available to like people like us. It was always just like professionals. So when I was figuring out that people were learning how to edit their own videos, make their own movies, upload them to YouTube, I was like, that's genius. I want to do that. And so I downloaded Windows Movie Maker. Anyone? Oh yeah. Oh man, I used all those crazy effects and transitions. I have like a Lean Like a Cholo video that has like all of the Windows Movie Maker effects. So I'm like, I'm an editor now. But that's how I got started. In 2007, uploaded skateboarding videos, and then I started to do vlogs. And I did one music video called I'm a Gummy Bear, and that one took off. It did so well. I was like, ooh, is this how you like get views on YouTube? Is you make music videos? And I love music enough, so I'm like, okay, I'll just do that. And I would reach out to artists on MySpace. MySpace anyone? MySpace. And I would ask them for permission to use their songs. And one of them that I reached out to was Al City. And this was before he had gotten signed to Universal. And they're like, yeah, we actually, we would love for you to promote us. I was like, okay, great. And then they were working on they had gotten signed, and they were working on launching their first CD or whatever, and they asked me to promote it, and I did Vanilla Twilight, and that's what kind of launched me into the music world. So originally, as a YouTuber, I started off just doing music videos. I was one of the first YouTubers to ever get permission from major labels to run ads on my videos in exchange for promotion. And that was really cool. But the thing with YouTube is it's such a new frontier, you never know what you're doing and if you're doing it right. And for a while, music was the thing. And then Vivo came around and kind of killed it for people who did parodies and music in general. So I saw my views kind of like plateau. And I was stuck at 200,000 subscribers for like a really long time. And I actually hit 200,000 subscribers like 6 times over the course of 1 year. Because YouTube was like purging like old subscriptions, and it's just, as a YouTuber in the community, when you see someone take a hit like that and there's no growth, it's embarrassing, and it's also like, all right, bye, you're on your way out, and it just sucks. Facing irrelevancy online as an online personality is probably it's my biggest fear, and I know everyone else in the community, their biggest fear. So I was like, you know what, maybe this YouTube thing isn't for me, and I never even loved music to begin with, so I don't know what I'm doing. And I was going to go back home to Modesto and kind of like figure out, like, do I want to milk cows for the rest of my life, or like, what do I want to do? I don't know. And my friend Joey asked me if I wanted to go on Amazing Race with him. And I was like, ooh, I don't have anything else going for me, so I guess so. And we were alternates. We weren't even like cast on the show until a week before they left. They're like, pack your bags, someone dropped out, you guys are going. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't train that hard because I didn't think this would be a real thing. And so we left, and we made it 10 out of 11 episodes. We raced all the way around the world. And when I came back to LA, I was like, I'm not going back to Modesto. I will not milk cows for the rest of my life. I'm gonna make something of it, and if I fail, I'm gonna at least know I tried. So I had this this new passion to want to do stuff that I wanted to do. And I'm like, for the longest time, I've been like an in-the-closet nerd, because in high school, if you talked about anime, everyone always thought you were a freak. And it sucked, because like I would overhear conversations about people talking about like Sailor Moon and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, I'm geeking out. But then my friends are like looking at me like, why are you listening to them? I'm like, I don't know, nerds, right? Whew. But I was like, at this point in my life, it was 2013, so 2014? I don't even know anymore. I was like, I'm old enough to not really, I don't need to care anymore about anyone else or what they think about me. I am a nerd. I love all these things. I geek out about it. So I'm just going to do it. And I started in April 2013 just posting the stuff that I love doing. I love DIY stuff. That's like my favorite thing in the world. Arts and crafts. I'm an artistic person, so like arts and crafts time during school, that was my jam. Like everyone would come up to me like, can you draw for me? I'm like, yeah, no problem, $5. And like totally do it. So I started doing that. I started doing cooking. I love cooking. I love food. I started doing like more cosplay related stuff, and I went from releasing like maybe 1 video a week to 3 videos a week. And over the course of 3 months, I saw my views go from like maybe 500,000 monthly to like 5 million. And then my subscribers went from 200,000, and I was stuck that way for a whole year. You can look this up on Social Blade. There's a dramatic spike. I went from 200 to 500,000 in 3 months, just doing the stuff that I loved and that I was passionate about. I found a new community of people that were looking for the same things that I was online, but couldn't maybe find someone that they could relate to, or find the type of quality that I brought to the table. And finally, I was doing something that I loved, and there was people that accepted me for it. So where I'm at now, as in my costume, my cosplay, fully embracing it, is we're trying to be a different kind of nerd, I guess. I always felt really like categorized. Like if you like anime, you're a stereotype, and nothing could change that. And I like to think that I'm inspired by like all my nerdiness, and it represents who I am instead of it being something that I completely identify with. I'm inspired by it, and I'm trying to make it into something new. So with my YouTube channel, Strawberry17, we have hosts and other nerdy people that come on, and we do cosplay. For October, we did casual cosplay, which I feel like a lot of people are starting to warm up to wanting to go to cons and wanting to dress up, but it's a difficult thing to get into. I have no idea what I'm doing half the time. It's like I have like glue and tape and stuff, like holding things together. But I have a cosplay girl who's really great at it, and I've given her the show to take over. We do nerdy cooking, which is really fun. We try and keep all the ingredients under like 10 and make it super simple, so that you guys can do it, which is super fun. Dabbling in gaming. Unfortunately, the only like really cool thing on YouTube or successful thing is like Minecraft, which I'm horrible at. And I think that's why people watch me, which is really embarrassing.
It's pretty funny.
It's so bad. I'm really good at Mario Kart though, so if anyone wants the game, you're going down. And fighting games are pretty good, dead or alive.
She's like, no sympathy, you know, she's so harsh when she plays Minecraft with us. I mean, Mario Kart. She will rip your soul apart and not care, okay? She's pretty harsh.
I have Tourette's when I play Mario Kart too. Does that happen to anyone else? I like don't know what's coming out of my mouth, but it's happening.
Yeah, I've only played Mario Kart with her one time, and that's enough.
Yeah, no one wants to play with me anymore.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I don't know, I'm just that good. But yeah, that's where we're at now. And we have a team of people who, like Lena, and then there's also Ness, and then my brother, and we're an ever-growing group. We have people in the UK who run our website and do our visual effects. We just released our first short film called The Void. It was a part of Ron Howard's digital program, and that was really exciting because we're venturing into narrative. I think this next year we want to do a little bit more live actions, like Sailor Moon stuff, and video games in real life, which is like my jam. I'm super pumped about that. But yeah, that's where we're at now.
Nice. Okay. So wait, what year was it you started YouTube again?
2007.
2007. So what was the first convention that you ended up going to?
Oh, like nerdy convention?
Yeah.
It was WonderCon.
WonderCon. Oh, I
Yeah.
love WonderCon so much.
Yeah, Northern California. When it was in San Francisco, I went to WonderCon, and I was like, oh my god. It was like Disneyland.
Yeah.
I was walking around and seeing everyone dressed up. It was like one of those movies where you walk in and you're spinning around like, oh my gosh. I was running to all the booths, getting like the free comics. Like I was like, this is a world that I want to live in all the time. And that's what like really like it triggered for me. I'm like, this has to be my life. I have to do this all the time. And then I think the next one I did after that was, of course, Comic-Con, which was really overwhelming. I left being like, I'm not ready for this. I don't know.
Baby steps.
Yeah, baby steps. Well, WonderCon to Comic-Con, that was insane. And then I did Anime LA, and that's so cool. Are you guys from LA? If you guys are into Anime LA is like so much fun. It's relatively small. Like Anime Expo this year was on the level of Comic-Con. It was insane. There were so many people. But ALA happens like in January, and it's a lot smaller, and everyone's super nice, and it's just, I don't know, it's a way more chill environment. Have you ever been?
No.
You're going this year.
Okay.
Yeah, You're going to Sarah.
She's gonna take me. It's gonna be great.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Duh.
And you're gonna buy me lots of things there too.
Yep.
It's decided.
Okay.
Witnesses. So. Yeah. So what was the YouTube community like back when you first started? Because it's way different now, right?
Yeah. The reason why I bring YouTubers or creative people onto my channel and let them have a show is because starting a YouTube channel right now, as many of you may know, is like mission impossible. You can have really good content, but it's just like I compare it to there being really amazing apps in the App Store, but there's hundreds of thousands, and you can have a good idea, but no one will ever see it. It's hard online. You're taking a chance. But back when I started, there wasn't too many people, so it was easier to get found and go viral. And now I'm trying to change that a little bit. I love the old sense of community, how YouTube was. I'm not good at everything. That's why I want to find people who are, I like to think I am, but obviously not. I like to find people who are better at things that I happen to enjoy, like cosplay, for example. And my brother's pretty great at cooking, so we team up on that. And I give people opportunity to showcase their work and be creative. A lot of the times, I'm a really big dreamer, and the hardest thing I've struggled with like my whole life is seeing something so amazing and so awesome that I want to do and trying to share it with other people and them not seeing the vision. And I think a lot of times people who are dreamers, they'll go that far and be like, I have this idea, it's great, do you want to help me? I need your help to do it. And everyone just says no, and then it's just a cool idea that never happened. And something I had to learn here in LA is that, you know what, if I have an idea, I'm the only one at the end of the day that's going to make it happen. If people can follow me, great. If they can't, I'm going to go guns, like just I'm going to run for it and I'm going to make it happen. And I've been lucky enough to find, I guess I give pretty good hero speeches.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
To have people come along and help me do it, but in the beginning it was rough. And I just want to encourage you guys as creators and who want to get into YouTube and capitalize on what you do. You may think there's people out there that are already doing what you're doing and they're doing it better, but there is something different that you can bring to the table. Nerdiness, Cupquake, they all did nerdy cooking. How was I going to compete with that? And they have millions of views. But mine was different. My stuff is different. And I think when you start your YouTube channel, that's what you have to consider too. Find a community, because that's what's going to help you, even if it's small, even if you're only breaking like maybe 30 views on your videos, that's still 30 people that are watching it. When I got started, there wasn't any type of monetary, there was no way to make money. The real value in making a YouTube video was that someone would see it. And that was like, what? That's not my mom. I know she's right here. That someone else watched my video, someone else liked it, and seeing those numbers grow. So YouTube community, when I first got started, super, super encouraging. Everyone wanted to support each other's videos. Everyone was commenting. YouTube community now, it's a lot bigger. There's still the heart of YouTube for the people who have been around forever, but then there's a lot of other gamers, like PewDiePie, and even there's a whole bunch of other YouTubers that started later in the game. Connor Franta, I was talking to him about stuff last night. It's a different world right now, so I understand how it could be difficult for you guys if you wanted to start now.
All right, time to give your famous hero speech. What tips would you give someone starting out in YouTube?
Ooh, starting out. Well, I'm a big channel planner. That's something I do, and I help other YouTubers that way. It's my favorite thing in the world. If you guys want to write this down, this might be super, super helpful.
Everyone?
You don't have to, but
and
this is a consulting freebie here for you guys. You have to figure out, actually let me find it. This is gold questions. Because it's before you start your YouTube channel, before I have anyone start their YouTube channel, I'm these are the things that you need to ask yourself. Really, keep them company while I find it.
Okay, so everyone, how are you? I'm good, thank you. So this convention is great, isn't it? Yep. Lots of comic stuff.
Okay, you're done. I found it. First one, and I'll go through them with you. What makes you happy? I know that sounds like a pretty general question, but with YouTube, it's not a 9 to 5. It's a 24/7. You You don't just post a Facebook post or a tweet or an Instagram just because you're like, woo, I just want to like post a picture of my food. You have to have the mindset that I have to post to stay relevant. If I take a day off, that hurts my numbers and my growth. This is a business now. If you want to be a YouTuber, you want to represent your brand, you want to grow, this is what you need to do. It's not easy. It takes a lot of hard work, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. If you're a creative person and you want this type of lifestyle, it's awesome. I recommend you put in the work. So what makes you happy, it has to be a part of your YouTube channel. Because at the end of the day, after you're putting in all the hours and like you're barely getting any sleep, if you're not happy, it's not going to be worth it, and you're going to burn out, and it's not going to be fun anymore. So think about that. Not just like what makes you happy, like, oh, food makes me happy. It's like, I like making other people smile. I like making them laugh. I like inspiring people. I love being able to be creative and express myself, even if no one watches. I love that feeling. Nothing makes me feel better than that. Figure out what that is, and that's going to be the heart of your YouTube. Next one is, what's your favorite thing to do? So, I know it seems like the same question, but it's not. I really love cooking. I really love eating. I love drawing too. I love playing video games. It's a long list of things that I really love doing and sometimes don't have time for. So, what better way to make time for it is, put it into my work schedule and make it a job. So think about that. It could be something weird. You're like, I like painting. No, this isn't weird. This is normal. I like doing this too. Painting sneakers. That's cool. I like making bracelets. I like doing speed paintings. If that's what you like doing, no matter how random it is, write it down. That should be something that you do on your YouTube channel. The sky's the limit with YouTube. You can do anything. Who do you admire and look up to most? Could be a celebrity, could be your mom, could be a friend, could be a YouTuber, could be anyone. Think about that, because the traits that you see in them, that's the kind of stuff that you want to see in yourself, and when other people look at you, that's what you want them to see too. So, stepping in to YouTube, even before you have an audience, you need to remember that you have a responsibility. People are going to be looking at you, and in light of a lot of the crazy stuff that's been happening with Sam Pepper in the community, we're not invincible. People watch you, and even if it's just 10 people, you're influencing them. So you got to make a good impression. That's a huge responsibility, and whether you like it or not, you got it. So what you say and what you do matters. You want to make sure you're being the best version of yourself, even if it's only for 10 minutes on camera. Let's see. Next one is, how do you want to be perceived? So, this is kind of like, this is a secretive question, because you don't ever want people to know this, because you'll feel like weird saying it. But like, oh, I want to be, like, have you ever, like at school, or if you're walking in the grocery store and you see someone and they look freaking cool, you're like, man, that person, they have it together. Their eyebrows are on fleek, their outfit looks great. Like that, I want to be that person. There's something that you admire about them. Or maybe in the workplace, you're like, that person just always has such like a great attitude. Like that's what I want. So think about that, because you can become that online. We're all at the heart of like our YouTube channel. We're all ourselves, but I'm definitely an exaggerated version of myself. And if you ask any other YouTuber, it's the same thing. So how do you want to be perceived? You can be that. You can step into that character. You want to be the cool girl or cool guy? You can do that. Add some slow-mo, 60 frames per second. Walk down the hallway looking really good. You're automatically a cool dude. Next question, and the last one, is who's your favorite YouTuber? That person is going to influence all of your videos. And I recommend you have like a few, like 3 different YouTubers that are your favorite. And figure out why they're your favorite. What do you like about them? Maybe their personality, of course, but what about their video style do you like going into making your own YouTube channel? Is it their inslates, their music, the way that they edit stuff? Take all the best things from these 3 different YouTubers and make a 2.0 version for your channel. But those are the tips that I give people before they start their YouTube channel. I have them answer those questions, and then from there, you kind of have like a nice foundation to build your YouTube channel on.
Awesome.
Hopefully you guys can fall asleep. Sorry about that.
I'm going to be perceived as the cool, sexy, beautiful,
Voluptuous
totally
hair girl.
awkward person on YouTube, so
Nailing it.
I'm already nailing it. So in a few minutes, we'll open it up to you guys for questions. But in the meantime, how about we talk about The Void that came out earlier? The Void. So where'd you get the inspiration, I guess, to do the zombie film?
For The Void, well, The Void is a web series. It's a drama that I wrote together with my friend Brandon. And I love zombies. If you look at my YouTube channel, I've always kind of done zombie-like stuff. But this is a different kind of story. It takes place in 2040, just to give you guys the story if you want to hear it. It takes place in 2040, and it's when NASA predicts it's going to be the end of the world because we're going to run out of water. And the elites release this virus that is supposed to wipe out humanity. But what ends up happening is it infects them, and they get sick, but they have zombie-like tendencies where they're eating people and just being crazy. My story takes place 10 years later, and what's happening is humans' bodies, they're starting to heal themselves. They're starting to adapt and return back to their original form. But the only thing missing is their humanity, and that's where the void comes in. They fall into this place called the void. And my character believes that she gets visions from God to kill, she's like a zombie hunter. And she believes that once she gets rid of all of the bad zombies on Earth, that all of the good ones will return from the void, and then we'll get a new start at humanity. And that was really hard to condense into 6 minutes for a short film. It was more of a web series, but when I was approached by New Form Digital, I was like, how can I make this work? Because there's hopes of them fully funding it, and it's Ron Howard, so that's Ron Howard. That's amazing. So we decided to just make it an instance where I'm with my sisters, we just got done beating up a bunch of zombies, and you just kind of get to see us kick a bunch of butts. So that's The Void. I hope it gets picked up. I think it's a really fun story that we want to explore. We're not even the main characters. There's actually two leads that are two best friends that are the main characters. We're just kind of a part of the story. So hope to see that with Baltimore. You guys enjoy it?
Way too short.
I know.
I wanted more. I wanted to see more.
Me too. 2 days. I was on a budget.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to ask any questions, line up at the mic over there. Talk a little bit more about those crazy days of production before that.
Oh, yeah. That was 2 night shoots, 12-hour days. I don't feel like I remember any of them. It was it was so insane. I ended up having to put some of my own money into the project to really make it great. But never do 2 night shoots in a row. Just never do that ever. That was a great lesson.
Oh yeah, lots of Red Bull was drunk that night. It was very intense.
But we managed. We made it through. It was we went an hour over time, but we ended up finishing it. But, my brother David's here, and Ness, our graphic designer. Hey guys! Woo!
Okay, so we have our first question.
What was your...
So say your name.
She's dancing.
My name is Alejandra.
Hello.
Hi. What was your favorite part filming? Well, what was your favorite scene to film for The Void?
Ooh. The one where the opening scene, when I was beating up the zombie, I got to do a bunch of stunt choreography, and that hit where I fall in the very beginning, I actually hit a mat pretty hard. That was really fun. It made me feel like super VA. Anytime there's guns involved and stunts, I feel much cooler than I actually am. So that was probably my favorite scene.
And what was your favorite spooky story?
None of them. I hate spooky stories. That was the worst. Spooktober was really hard for me. I'm afraid of scary things.
She's very emotional after Spooktober.
Yeah, and
She
we're
was
tired.
wrecked. Five Nights at Freddy's. That was really funny to watch her film. Oh man.
That was the worst. And then you had me play Outlast. Why would you do that?
Because it's funny. Because it's funny to watch you play these things. I'm sorry.
Not
It's
cool.
for the fans. Okay.
Okay.
Do it for the fans.
Do it for the fun.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Andy. How did you get your core group of people together in the beginning?
Oh, started in 2012 when I first left for the race, because I would be gone for 30 days straight, no cell phone, no email, no nothing. And I needed to still appear as if I was present and like online and stuff. So we did an internship program, and since then we've had a few different runs. And everyone that's worked for us has gone through the internship program. It's a 3-month program. But it's closed off right now. We're kind of revamping it and making it more, I have a hard time saying this word.
I don't know what word you're... Apprenticeship?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's how we started it. I had a bit of a platform, and I was able to kind of be like, hey, if you guys want to gain some work experience and get to know people in the community, I'm doing the internship program. So, yeah, no problem. Anyone else have any other questions or any advice for starting a YouTube channel or anything you guys wanted?
Hi,
Hey.
my name's Josias. I guess I have an odd question. I have a podcast with my friend, and I was wondering if you guys have collaborated with podcasts before, and if not, would you guys like to, or do you guys have a podcast on top of your YouTube channel?
We're in like a weird transitional state right now. We do have we did like 3 podcasts a year ago. And that was so much fun. But we're like in negotiations right now for some really big things. So we don't have time for podcasts just yet, but when we do, yeah, we're totally open to that. We, like I said, we're building Strawberry 17 to make it more of kind of like a network or community. So if you like nerdy things and you have a cool idea, we'd love to hear them. And the same with our podcast. We're trying to build out shows for that too in the new year. So, so with your card.
I'll get you
Like to talk about
after, I guess. Cool. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dan.
Hello.
I have a fairly popular, or I would like to think at least a little bit popular, fan site and podcast that I've been running, and I have resisted advertising for as long as I think I can, and I've gotten to the point that I have 15 people working on my team for the site, and I'd like to keep the site like unadulterated by advertisements and things like that, but I just think I'm at that point. And so I wanted to ask you, how do you, like, I guess, negotiating with yourself, what kind of ads are like appropriate and what you feel like is the right level to ride at and so on when you're dealing with this kind of content?
Well, with YouTube, there are, you guys haven't asked money questions. I'm so surprised.
I'll ask a bunch more if you
You
want.
can,
I'll come talk to you afterwards or something.
So, to talk about that, with YouTube, there's AdSense, and you can't control what ads are put on your videos. It's kind of just like whatever. You can specify which ones you don't want, like no underwear ads, please, on my videos. That would be weird. But with brand deals, I'm a lot more picky with that. Because like I said, there's a responsibility when you have an audience, and you want to make sure you are selling things that you believe in and that you love. I would say with your website and your podcast, you can reach out to people like, hey, like here are my analytics, or my stats. I'm selling a 30-second spot in my podcast, or would you like to have a banner on my website for a month and sell it for, a set amount. That way you're picking the people that you want to advertise with, and it looks more collaborative and clean versus it's whoever, like a toothbrush person, like, flashing on your website. I think that's the best way to go, and people are looking to advertise on the web. Commercials cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and people don't want to spend that money anymore, so they're going to the web to do stuff like that. So I think you have a great opportunity. Reach out to the companies that you like and be like, hey, do you want to give me a couple grand to have a product placement or your company right here, or we can talk about it for 30 seconds in our podcast, like ideas like that.
Hi, I'm Andrea. At what point did you decide that you needed a producer, and how did you seed control to make that work?
I produce a lot of my own stuff, and it gets to a point with Strawberry 17, we have like 11 shows that we're doing, and it's kind of insane. And I can produce pretty well on my own, but like it's not something I want to be doing. So especially when it comes to gaming, Lena covered all of E3 on our website, and she's like a way bigger nerd than I am when it comes to gaming. So I just find people really passionate about those specific things, and they take it over. Like Lena has a really cool schedule planned out for our gaming channel, and once we start filming that, it's
gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. Sky's the
Should
limit.
I scream even more? I don't know.
Oh, no scary games, Lena.
Okay, definitely no scary games. Yeah, sure.
For my YouTube channel, the way that I have had producers in the past is I would get everything together. We would channel plan as a group, and then I would kind of make a to-do list, and then I would give my producer that to handle. But because I'm the face of my brand, I have a lot of the contacts and have to kind of introduce people and put them together. It's just it's more like a production assistant, I guess, or assistant producer. Yeah. But yeah, everything's about lists, to-do lists. It makes your life easier.
We still have time for a couple more questions, so if anyone else wants to ask them, go ahead and line up. But how about we talk a bit about the future of Strawberry 17, like maybe a little sneak peek of what is coming next month.
Next month's gonna be fun. We're doing like Kawaii month, so this is the whole reason why we're doing it. I was in Little Tokyo, and Poppin' Cookin' has these eraser things now that you like clay molds, and you can make little macaroons, little cheeseburgers, little ice cream cones. Like I went crazy and bought 12 of them. So I'm doing a bunch of Poppin' Cookin' next month.
To make yourself feel better about buying 12 of those things, right?
I already feel great about it. We established this in the beginning, and then we're going to be doing a manga series where someone will choose one and we'll release it on the website. Like, hey, we're going to be reading this book this week. If you guys want to read it with us, go ahead, and then we'll do a wrap up and talk about our favorite parts from the book. We're kind of trying new shows with Strawberry 17. You don't know what's going to work or what people are going to like until you go out there and you try it. Usually, like 2 months is a good run for shows. So we're experimenting right now because in 2014 we're gonna hit pretty hard with some really awesome fun-packed shows. Well,
Yeah.
For a YouTuber person starting out, what video editing software do you recommend using, or should one still use what is Movie Maker?
Well, Creative Cloud is really like amazing, and I think it's $15 a month for one software. Is it Nest?
20.
Is it 20? Well, I mean, like you pay for Netflix or for Hulu. It's if you're gonna take this seriously, $20 a month is something you should really consider. I would say start with Adobe Premiere Pro, just because it's gonna be a lot smoother for you to get started on the right program first. Hotkeys will be your best friend. It'll be intimidating at first, but it's amazing. I don't recommend Final Cut Pro because there's a lot of like rendering issues that make things really complicated. But yeah, Adobe Premiere Pro, Creative Cloud will be your best friend.
All right.
Did you have a question? Raise your hand up.
No.
Behind Spider-Man?
Behind Spider-Man? No. All right. Calling you out? No. Okay.
It's over it. We made it.
I know. This is so sad. Oh, this is bad. Things went downhill.
Why did they give us so much time? Oh my god.
I've got a question.
Okay.
Have you done North Carolina barbecue yet?
No.
Okay.
That's it.
'Cause I gotta
Just
go to
curious.
so we'll talk.
Oh my gosh.
I thought he was gonna like recommend.
I thought he was going
great-
to bring out some like,
Bring it to
do your
us or
seat,
something.
barbecue.
I got really excited. I don't know.
I know, that sounds so good. Yeah, I haven't really traveled to many places in the U.S., just kind of like around the world, I guess. That sounds douchey.
Around the world. Meghan Camarena, former contestant on Amazing Race.
She did it twice and didn't win anything. Fell on national television
Yeah.
too many times. You guys know that my first step on The Amazing Race, I tripped and fell. Like my very first step, like no joke. I'm like, I'm gonna take the biggest step I possibly can, and that way I'll run ahead of everyone else. So I take a giant step and I step on the back of my partner's shoe, trip and fall, and all of the other contestants fall on top of me. And that's how I started my race around the world.
Did anyone make a gif of that? Because they really need to.
They like did a vignette to try and cover it because I looked so stupid and ruined it. So like it's hard to capture. But there's vines of me falling in Switzerland and other
I've
places.
seen those. Those are great. To the
Yeah,
song
in China,
Timber, right?
Yeah, Timber.
It's great. You've done that.
Oh, I can't help it. He comes to me.
It's okay. It makes you more lovable. And,
Right? Relatable
yeah.
and single.
Most of all.
thought I was just gonna do like a few people. Can I take a picture though? Is that cool? Let's see. Okay. Oh, we'll do the piano. Oh yeah. So, yeah, we'll do the piano so that my mom will believe me that people actually
Everyone smile. Make a cookie face.
Oh, for like a video?
Gosh, this is gonna take like 20 minutes. So many different angles.
You're teaching us how to make content.
A video. Let's hope I don't run out of space. Something that happens. Oh, for Snapchat.
All right, for the Snapchat, everyone has to get crazy, scream, jump up and down if you want. I don't know, just like let the
Don't
moment.
make them hurt themselves.
Okay, don't jump up and down. Okay, please.
Okay, so I'll be like, I'm here at Comikaze, and then when I say that, you guys cheer and be like, yeah. I'm here hanging out at Comikaze.
That was amazing. That was great.
One's for my other social network. That was for me. That was no, this one's for Snapchat.
You're gonna tire everyone out, and like, it's only 11:42.
We all need to wake up. Come on. This is like a cup of coffee for everyone. All right, ready? Again. Ready? I'm here chilling at Comikaze. Perfect. You guys are the best.
Great. So, we have one more question from Ash Ketchum himself.
Hi, how's it going? My question was, I know you say you nerd out about a lot of things, but like, what's the thing that like you nerd out the most about? Like, you hear you're just like, that's like my number one thing.
Oh. It's like a tie between like Sailor Moon and Attack on Titan, I think. Yeah. Which is like
Totally different. Very different.
I know a lot more death involved in Attack on Titan. Yeah, that, and then of course like Studio Ghibli. I've seen like all the movies, so that's like my favorite. Yeah, I can geek out about. Oh my God, no! Legend of Korra. Oh, so I'm 2 episodes behind though, so no one spoil. I kind of wanted to do a double feature because I heard the previous week was a cliffhanger. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna wait. I can't deal. So yeah, Legend of Korra. I like freak the F out, like I am right now. But yeah, thanks so much for coming, guys. I'll just be over here hanging out. If you guys want to chat and talk or whatever. All right.